Hello everyone, very warm welcome back to the Drivers Room. We're in the Endurance Championship today, Season 3, Round 4, Tier 3. We're racing the Group 1 VGTs at Alsace reverse layout. Let's see how qualifying went today. Pole position today we have Jaganat starting on the Racing Super Softs. He's joined first in the table at the moment on 28 points. In second place today we have Martin B, starting on the Racing Super Softs, 5th place in the table at the moment on 18 points, having missed the opening round of the season. In third place today we have Conrad Mitsos, starting on the Racing Softs, joint 8th in the championship at the moment on 4 points, having only registered a result in round 2. In 4th place today we have Coolio, starting on the Racing Super Softs. He's 4th in the table at the moment on 20 points. In 5th place today we have Spooky Lukey, starting on the Racing Super Softs. This will be his first appearance this season in Tier 3 of the Drivers Room Endurance Championship. In 6th place today we have Bubo Lubo, starting with the Racing Softs on the front, Racing Super Softs on the back. He's 3rd in the championship at the moment on 23 points. In 7th place today we have Flapjack, starting on the Racing Super Softs. He is 6th in the table at the moment on 11 points. In 8th place today we have Delta Veteran, starting on the Racing Super Softs. No points registered yet for Delta Veteran, having just finished outside the top 10 in rounds 2 and 3. In 9th place today we have Revs, starting on the Racing Super Softs. Also no points registered so far this season, having finished outside the top 10 in the opening 3 rounds. In 10th place today we have Brood, starting on the Racing Super Softs. 7 points registered in the opening 2 rounds of this season. He did miss the last round. Down in 11th today we have Stephen, starting on the Racing Super Softs. Is joint first in the championship at the moment on 28 points. In 12th place today we have Mr. Tom Nixon, starting on the Racing Super Softs. Picked up a point in round 2, his only appearance in the season so far. In 13th place today we have Captain O'Reilly, starting on the Racing Super Softs, sitting in 8th, joint 8th in the table at the moment on 4 points. And in 14th place today we have Ricky, starting on the Racing Super Softs, 11th place in the championship at the moment, sitting on 3 points. Here we are then, about to get underway at the Alsace reverse layout, Group 1 VGTs, round 4 of Tier 3 of the Drivers Room Endurance Championship, as we build up the revs. Jaganat on pole in the Audi. We'll see how that hybrid assists as he bogs down a little bit, but the hybrid does kick in early on. He should be safe in the T1, and he gets himself, it looks like he's overshot it a little bit. He's caught out by cold tyres there. What as everyone bunches up coming out of T1. I think Martin B's got away cleanly into the lead of the race now. Lubo up into 2nd place, for Lubo started 6th on the grid. But yeah, there's a big mistake there from Jaganat in the opening corner of the race, as completely overshot his braking point and into the barrier, but recovering in 5th place. Now he's got Revs in 6th place, and Stephen and Flapjack all coming together there side by side, trading a little bit of paint. Stephen moves up into 7th place now. Flapjack and they've got Captain O'Reilly up in the 9th place, having started 13th on the grid. So a few drivers benefiting from the mistake further up the field. They've had a bit of pinball effect going on, and Stephen's still side by side here. Captain O'Reilly on the outside now. Stephen should get the job done, and that is Flapjack getting in the mix as well. So you've got 3 cars back for 7th, 8th and 9th at the moment. Mr. Tom not far behind. And this is now a 4 or 5 car battle as this little midfield group of cars really close together in this opening lap. Quick run through the grid. Mr. Tom Nixon in 10th place, Delta Veteran in 11th. Just catching up to the back end of these guys now as well. Nearly getting caught out on the brakes there from Tom in front. So yeah, Delta in 11th, Spooky Looping in 12th, Broody in 13th, and Ricky in 14th. So Ricky's had an instant early on, falling right down the back there. So Martin B crossing the line in 1st place in the opening lap. We've got Lubo in 2nd, Jaganat up into 3rd place now. With that, it's a bit of a collision behind. I think that might have been Revs, and Revs dropping back there, and Captain Mitsos just got taken out. Mr. Tom Nixon up to 9th place now. Conrad Missos down to 8th under pressure. But yeah, I think Red's just overshot his braking point a little bit. He's collected Conrad Missos on the way into T1. There's a little bit of a punt there, I think. Was that going off Delta Veteran off the track there, I think. Down to 13th place now. I think he's just taking some avoiding action from some cars in front. Yeah, kicking off as a quick run through the grid. Hopefully his race settles down a little bit. But Martin B in first place, just opening up a gap now to Lubo in second. He's coming under pressure from Jaganat pretty early on as Jaganat's getting himself back up to speed after that early incident. And it does look like he's positioned himself for an overtake here as he goes to the outside. There's right-hander coming up. Lubo takes a defensive line. And Lubo gives him enough space there, and Jaganat hangs it around the outside. That right hand, a really good overtake there, up into second place now. See if Lubo can stick with him and see what Jaganat can do about Martin B in first place now. Keep an eye on those lap times. We're a little bit further back. You've got Coolio in fourth place now, having just broken away from that battle behind. There's 4 or 5 cars were getting really bunched up early on opening lap. Flapjack in 5th place now. Hasn't managed to drop Stephen yet. He's up to 6th place now. Conrad Missos back up to 7th after that crash at the start of lap 2. Spooky Luke in 8th place. Mr. Tom Nixon in 9th. Captain O'Reilly in 10th. You've got Revs overshooting T1 again, was that? Yeah, start of lap 3 there. So Revs getting his braking points all wrong at the moment. Brewed up into 12th place. Delta Veteran recovering in 13th now after his early off, and Ricky J closing the gap on the pack now. As so missed out what happened with Ricky, but he did fall back quite early on. It's only a couple of seconds behind the pack in front now. So Martin B out in the lead of the race. Up into second place and extending that lead over Lubo already. It looks like Coolio's starting to close the gap up on Lubo up front. It's a Hyundai in first and third. Got an Audi in second. And Coolio in the Peugeot in fourth place. So the top 4 definitely starting to break away now. And see what sort of lap times Flapjack starts setting in clean air. Place there, I'm not too sure, but yeah, see if Missos can stay with him. Stephen in 7th place, Lukey in 8th, Tom in 9th. So this race, this little midfield battle, getting a little bit of field spread now, so the driver's settling down. This is Revs under pressure from Brody behind. And we've got yellow flags up ahead, and that is Spooky's had an off, and it looks like Ricky's nearly had an off as well. Delta Veteran, sorry. As Spooky Luke just recovering out the back of the grid. All kicking off early on this in this race. Just checking if Red's got through T1. Start at lap 4 alright. And settling into 10th place now. Captain O'Reilly a little bit further up. This track an absolute tyre shredder. So strategies and tyre management will be a major player in this race. Obviously an hour-long race in the Drivers' Room Endurance Championship. Only 5 minutes gone. This looks like Brood catching Mr. Tom Nixon up ahead. So I think Tom's fallen back somewhere. He was running in 9th, I believe, but under pressure now from Brood, as he's got a good exit there. Similar move what Jaganat done earlier on the race, but it looks like he's got just about a car length ahead before the turning point. I think Mr. Tom Nixon gave him a little bit of space there. Brood definitely carrying more pace at this stage of the race. He's already closed up to the back of Revs and looks to get 2 overtakes done. He's up into 9th place there, so 2 places made up in 3 or 4 corners there. See if Revs can fight back into the braking zone and gets a good line through there, gets the overtake done, gets a poor exit, and we've got Brute jumping into the pits already. Not happy on that set of tyres, obviously. Got Revs back up to 9th place now. Slows it down for T1, and under pressure from Tom. It's battle for 9th and 10th. Veteran coming through in 11th. He joins, fighting for 12th and 13th as Ricky comes through and takes 12th place. A really early pit stop there from Brute. Just looking for some clean air and try to get some good laps in, but we'll see how that pans out. And we'll be recovering at the back of the pack in the Alpine. So very quick car, the Alpine. I did drive that myself. Have changed it recently, as a tyre wear was one of the biggest issues with it. But leader of the race, Martin B, just about maintaining a gap over Jaganat. 38.4, 38.1 from Martin B, 38 flats, 38.0 for Jaganat the last 2 laps, so it's taken around half a second, just over half a second out of Martin B on the last 2 laps. So definitely got a little bit more pace this stage of the race. We'll just check the tyre wear at the bottom of the screen there. Switch over to Martin B, doing a brilliant job on the tyre wear as usual. And see how long he tries to stretch this stint out for. Always a difficult choice, stretching out stints or taking that extra pit stop. Abusing your tyres a little bit more. So Jaganat in 2nd place anyway. Lubo in 3rd place. He's doing enough to hold off the charging Coolio at the moment. So Coolio did close that gap up to Lubo pretty quickly, but it looks like Lubo has found a good bit of pace and is managing to hold on to that 3rd place now under a bit of pressure. Coolio behind, just about keeps on the tarmac on the exit of that corner. He got Mitsos up into 5th place now. It's a good recovery from Comrade Mitsos after that early incident. Getting caught out there. There's a bit of lag spiking going on. Yeah, got caught out in an early incident with Reds, I believe. Flapjack in the 6th place, so looks like Comrade Mitsos has got ahead of this group and has pulled away. Flapjack is still just ahead of Stephen behind. Captain O'Reilly in 8th place, not far behind it either. So this midfield battle just calming down a little bit as we've got Jaganat in the pits from 2nd place. So just as I was saying, so we're hitting the 10-minute mark now. So this could very well be. See how close Lubo is actually. It's obviously a short pit stop in this game. Does can be it's a mistake from Jaganat there on the exit of turn 2, and that is Lubo up into 2nd place now. Racing softs on the front for Lubo, super softs on the back, so he can stretch this stint out for. But this does play into the hands of Martin out in front. Just try and manage that gap a little bit more now, and hopefully, I'm sure he's hoping that Lubo can just hold Jaganat up a little bit. One little mistake, and yeah, this could really cost him. To see how this pans out. Looking to get a move done early on here, I think. So takes a little bit of a look on the inside there, half a look, but gets a good exit there. He's got the inside of this next left-hander, makes it stick. Good exits. Jaganat back up into 2nd place, so short-lived sort of hold up. Did lose a few seconds with his own mistake. So we'll see what he can do now. I'm sure Martin B will be watching that delta. And see if he goes for the 12-minute mark or the 15-minute mark. So carrying on for another lap here. So he does get to the 15-minute mark, setting himself up for a 3-stop race. Lubo pitting from 3rd place now. Coolio not that far behind, but Lubo comfortably rejoined. Sorry, Coolio has pitted, I think. Yeah, he's out on fresh rubber, so Coolio pitting a lap earlier. Obviously watching that battle between Lubo and Jaganat, we must have missed that. So not quite managed to get the undercut done there. He rejoins the race in fourth. Sitting behind Lubo again. Sort of see some rear wheels on the grass there. So, Comrade Mitsos in a comfortable fifth place. Yet to stop by look at those tyres. They will be trying to stretch this out to the 15-minute mark, but I was going to say you lose a lot of time, but it's just managed to set a personal best in the first sector. But it's a reasonably long lap here, and some brutal corners to come. I'm sure he will lose time. As that front right is extremely worn now. Flapjack in 6th place. That's not really bad tyre wear at the moment. Flapjack and Stephen behind. Both of these guys just mirroring each other, and it looks like Revs has picked up damage somewhere. So just missed an incident, but Revs in 8th place, yet to stop as well. So all these guys at the back trying to stretch this first stint out as long as possible. And Captain O'Reilly and Mr. Tom Nixon battling for 9th and 10th, and that's 2 cars off in front, and they've all pretty much followed each other there. Oh, absolute carnage there as Mr. Tom Nixon just lost the back end, rejoining the track, and collected Revs, I think. It's a bit of a struggle to keep up with what exactly happened there, but yeah, I believe he collected Revs as he rejoined the track, so they settled back into 10th and 11th now. Captain O'Reilly moving up to 9th. This is Brood pitting, just about making the pit entry there. Might well have been a late decision. And that is Revs also pitting, having enough of these tyres. So Lukey through after an early pit stop, jumping into the racing mediums there. So we've missed that at the back, but he's managed to get the jump on a couple of guys. So he's on a race of recovery as well. Brood up into 11th after that really early pit stop, but those look like fresh tyres again, so I think he's maybe 2nd pit stop of the race maybe. Revs rejoining 13th, Delta in 14th, which is running with a bit of damage as well, so front end damage for Delta at the back there. And there is Ricky up into 9th place, and Ricky was running towards the back. I don't think he has stopped yet. So we'll see where he feeds back into things after his first pit stop of the race. So definitely joining the action now towards the end of lap 10. Race leader Martin B still yet to pit, but that is Jaganat behind already. So Martin B in the 38s, 39s, 39.8 on his last lap, so did lose a chunk of time there as he does peel off into the pits for the first time. And 1:36, it took 3 seconds out of Martin's lead on that last lap alone. So yeah, maybe yeah, more pit stops. This is a very short pit stop time here. We'll see how this pans out, but that does look like the quicker strategy at the moment. Is Martin B out on the super soft, so we'll see if he switches it up now. But yeah, managing to get to that 15-minute mark. Say losing 3 seconds on that last lap on his inlet through the pits. But yeah, Lubo in 3rd place still, doing a good job, still weathering the pressure from Coolio behind, running in 4th, and doing well on the fuel there as well. I was going to say Coolio might getting himself in a position just to conserve a little bit of fuel in the slipstream, but Lubo with a couple more percentage of fuel by the looks of it on the graphic, and yeah, doing well to hold on to 3rd place at the moment. Coolio in 4th, you've got Comrade Mitsos still in clean air front and back in 5th place. Flapjack pulled a tiny bit of a gap to Stephen now, after they've both made their first pit stops of the race, and Flapjack getting a little bit better on the fuel as well. These 2 guys still running pretty close together. You've got Brood in 8th place now. Also a little bit of clean air to see if he can what he can do in those racing mediums. Close the gap up or see if Revs puts him under pressure. Slightly fresher super softs. He's dragging Captain O'Reilly along with him. Takes a little bit of a look up the inside. So yeah, as Revs was looking for a move on Lukey up front, Captain O'Reilly's took advantage there. Got himself up into 10th place. Tidy move up the inside and immediately putting Lukey under pressure. Takes the inside of his left-handed quite comfortably. So yeah, Revs losing out a little bit there, and Captain O'Reilly making the most of the fresh super softs. Gets 2 overtakes done. Oh, a little bit of door rubbing down the main straight there as the Alpine's got a lot of speed. And into the braking zone they go. Pretty comfortable. Oh, there's a bit of a coming together there between Lukey and Revs, I think. And Mr. Tom Nixon comes through as well. So going to be losing a bit of time now as the tyre wear kicks on that harder compound. And Delta Veteran in 13th place. Jay back in 14th now after his first pit stop. So right on the bumper of Delta Veteran ahead. A lot better on fuel and tyres as runs a little bit wide there. Excuse me. Does lose a place and drops back to 14th. Ricky up to 13th now. 1:39.3 from Ricky last lap, so he's starting to find a little bit of speed. 1:39.5. So Mr. Tom Nixon also setting the personal best now as his cars get lighter. As we get to a third of the race done, we've got Jagannat pitting from the lead. And Comrade Mitch is Vincent further back. We'll take a look back in a second, but Jagannat rejoining the race in 2nd place, and Martin B claims the lead of this race. Just under half a tank of fuel for Martin, a little bit better. It's a very similar fuel load for Jagannat at the moment, but again, we'll see what Jagannat can do on these short stints on the super softs. Levo still holding on to 3rd place as Julio makes a pit stop, and he goes on to the racing softs. Excuse me. Yeah, Flapjack up to 5th place now. So I think Comrade Mitsos had an incident somewhere. We'll spare his blushes, but he was running pretty comfortable 5th place. Down in 6th place now. Flapjack making the most of that as we're pitting further back, and this will promote a few guys. Revs coming through up to 9th place. Rejoining just ahead of Mr. Tom Nixon there. See if we can pull a gap on the fresh rubber. Lukey carrying on for another lap on these worn racing mediums. Just about managing to stay with Mr. Tom Nixon at the moment. PJ up to 13th, so 140.3 last lap, 142s for Spooky Lukey up ahead. So we should start to close the gap to the guys up front again. Getting himself in position to start attacking the top 10 towards the later stage of this race and stay consistent. But, anyway, back to the front of the race. Just having a look further behind. Press the wrong button there. That is Brood making. Just made a place up on Revs. Not so sure, but he's closing the gap up on Captain O'Reilly up ahead. Much better tyre wear at the moment. Obviously, the strategy's getting a little bit staggered at this stage of the race, and they're not even at the halfway point. So interesting how this pans out. It's yeah, a lot fresher rubber there, a lot later on the brakes, but Captain O'Reilly does fight back. Can't do much. The exit speed of that Audi. Some neat and tidy for turn 1. Brood up to 8th place now. Just Tom Nixon running a little bit wide there. These 3 guys, 11, 12 and 13th, all carrying on for another lap. Tyre wear really starting to kick in now. 141.9. Pace is dropping off a little bit from Ricky behind. In front of the race. Might be out in the lead. We'll see what sort of lap time he sets here. still probably just managing that tyre, managing the tyres. I think 37.7 or 36.5 from Jaganat behind as he goes purple on lap 14. Yeah, taking a full second out of Martin up ahead. There's a long way to go, but blistering pace there from Jaganat. It's a shame he did make that mistake early on, but that is also Coolio up into third place. So has Lubo taken on a lot of fuel there? Or was that just the power of the undercut, as Coolio did set a personal best on that last lap, 1:37.3. So that may well have just been a genuine undercut there, as he did pit a lap earlier. Moves himself up into third place. We'll see what we can do from there, and see if Lubo can fight back for that final podium spot, as the top two guys are a little bit down the road now. Flapjack in 5th place now. So from that mistake that we didn't catch from Mitchell's dropping down to 6. Stephen just dropping off the back. Stephen and Flapjack were running pretty close together for the first third of the race. But, Flapjack just finding an extra gear. Pulled the gap over Stevens. Comrade Mitchell 6th, Stephen in 7th, Brood in 8th, Riley in 9th, Tom in 10th, Lukey in 11th, Rebs in 12th, Ricky in 13th, and Delta Veteran in 14th. Credit to all runners, still got all 14 runners from the start. A little bit of an untidy first lap where the cars were very bunched up, but these Group 1 VGTs are, I think the main thing with these, they've all got very unique handling characteristics and acceleration characteristics, and they're very different. They all seem to produce a very similar lap time. And so in the opening lap when things are a little bit bunched up, you can get caught out by drivers around you pretty easily. Just past the 25-minute mark now. Jaganat really starting to close the gap to Martin up ahead. 36.7, 38 flat, so another second taken out of Martin on that last lap. And Audi really does have a lot of pace when it's hooked up. Done pre-season testing with these VGT cars. The Audi, Peugeot and Honda pretty difficult to drive and stay consistent with, and this does look like Martin has the inside of T1, goes a little bit defensive there, retains his first position, but yeah, you see the pace difference from Jaganat down the main straight there, right on his bumper now. Tyre wear pretty similar, so very interesting strategies playing out now. Martin will be, and that is just hell of a veteran getting out of the way of the top two there as the leaders come through. When the next pit stops are, so only 3 minutes away from the 30-minute mark now. Might be due second pit stop of the race. At this stage of the race, I think Jaganat will have to have at least one more stop if he carries on the strategy he's on at the moment. Martin driving really well, making his car as wide as possible. He doesn't want to let Jaganat get down the road and start opening up a gap. See Martin looking like he's got the advantage of having to pit one less time. It's a bit inevitable there. Jaganat just slips through back up to first place. Might be also in a position, can't really afford to lose too much time. Scrub the tyres, trying to fight him too much. So see we benefit off the slipstream now. So doing a little bit better job on the fuel. So Coolio in third place still. Lubo in fourth, not far behind. Lubo sets his personal best of the race on the last lap. It's 1:38.4, 1:38.1. Coolio's still got a little bit more pace in him at this stage of the race. So just hitting the halfway mark now. Comrade Mitsot's back up into fifth, so due a pit stop soon. No, Flapjack in sixth and on warm rubber, so Flapjack's had an incident somewhere that we've missed. Similar to Mitsos, as Mitsos was running in clean air in fifth. I'll drop back to sixth. Looks like Flapjack's just done the same thing. So that front right is completely dead now, and this should allow Stephen to start closing the gap up. Flapjack up ahead again. In a comfortable 8th place. Mr. Tomlin's a little bit further behind. Ahead in this battle for 9th, 10th and 11th. 41.8 from Revs in 12th place. 48.3. Ricky had another incident somewhere, I think. I was hoping that was a pit stop. Altered lap time, but still on the warm rubber. So yeah, Ricky having a bit of a nightmare today at Alsace. Pretty difficult car and track combo to be fair. Also driving as well, a lively Hyundai. So that is Martin pitting from second place. Fresh rubber going on, just hitting the halfway point. So yeah, Martin definitely setting himself up. One more stop in this race, he takes on a little bit of fuel. So Jack really carrying some good speed today. Definitely the man to beat at the moment, I think. Very comfortable second place. Coolio in reasonably comfortable third place at the moment. Lubo behind, staying consistent. Very much in touch of third place. Mitsos in fifth, Flapjack sixth, still going on that warm rubber. Pretty sure he'll be coming in at the end of this lap. Brood in seventh, and that is Mitsos. So yeah, you're probably going to get fifth to ninth, pretty much all coming to their second pit stops of the race. So yeah, Comrade Mitsos in, Flapjack in, Brood in, Stephen in. Lukey's already made a pit stop because he was running on the racing mediums earlier, so he goes through. See how much, if any, of an undercut he has managed here. As that is Brood just rejoining the track, goes a little bit too hot into turn one there, and just punts Brood into the barriers, and Flapjack's getting caught out by that as well. And yeah, Lukey just trying to find a spot to pull over, I think. As just coming up the inside again now. Yeah, real shame that. Everyone goes nose to tail through that corner. So carry on. So Lukey in 6th place, Flapjack in 7th, and Brood in 8th. Mr. Tom Nixon rejoining the race in 9th place, Stephen rejoining in 10th and taking on a full tank of fuel. It's one of the few drivers to have a really long pit stop to take on fuel. Most people going for a splash and dash. Revs in 11th out on fresh rubber. Ricky in 12th. And it looks like Captain O'Reilly in 13th. I think we have lost Delta Veteran from the back. He's not managing to stay with the pack today. It's a very, very difficult track car combo. Dragging out in the lead of this race as we've missed his pit stop from the lead. Rejoins in the lead of the race, so yeah, definitely the man to beat at the moment. Might be second place today. And Lubo up into 3rd place, so okay, he hasn't pitted, but the tyre wear not looking too bad on Lubo's car at the moment. I don't know if he pitted a lot earlier, but anyway, back up into 3rd place, and Coolio in 4th place. Yeah, pretty consistent lap times from Coolio. He hasn't had an incident anywhere. Lubo just staying consistent and just stretching the stint out a little bit. A 39.6 from Lubo on that last lap, and obviously out lap you're not going to be able to tell. But yeah, Coolio should be quicker. We'll see how that pans out. Conrad puts us in 5th place. Flapjack in 6th, Lukey in 7th. Still in a battle with Brood. So Brood just stays to the left of the track there. Manages to slow the car down in time. As you see the brake is glowing red there. Managing to get past this Alpine. Down the straight, the Alpine will have the legs as well, and still not in a position to come into the braking zone, just couldn't get close enough. The entrance into C1, if Lukey stays to the right, which he does, it's a difficult, if not impossible, corner to overtake, because he's got in a good position there, gets the job done, takes the inside of turn 2, but looks like Lukey has managed to hold on to 7th place. A good driving from the pair there. His battle for 7th and 8th continues. His tyre there starting to kick in now. Should improve, be a little bit quicker in clean air. This might well be allowing Mr. Tom Nixon to close the gap up as he sets a personal best on the last lap. As we've got Lubo pitting from 3rd place, so we'll see where Coolio is. He's coming around the final corner, the end of lap 21. Lubo manages to get out in front just about. A little bit of a love tap there. It's Lubo just positioning his car, parking it on the barrier, on the apex, so to speak. But yeah, not a lot Coolio could do. They had nowhere to go. He's lost a fair bit of momentum there. So yeah, good couple of laps there from Lubo before the pit stop. Just doing enough to stay ahead of Coolio. Good stuff. But yeah, quick run through the grid. Jagging out in 1st place, Martin B 2nd, Lubo 3rd, Coolio in 4th, Mitsos in 5th, Flapjack in 6th, Lukey in 7th, still under pressure from Brood behind, Mr. Tom Nixon in 9th, Stephen in 10th, Rebs in 11th, Ricky in 12th. We've lost. Who have we lost from the back now? Not sure. Captain O'Reilly, I think. Yeah. Down to 12 runners now. Just rejoining the action. The end of lap 25. Race leader Jagger. 38 flat last lap. 37.9 from Martin in 2nd. Just coming up. Back marker there. As he peels off into the pits. Should promote Martin back up into 1st place. Getting very skinny on fuel now though. He'll have to take some fuel on. See the counter going up on the left of the screen there. Rejoins the race with 34% of fuel. And Martin B just getting through some traffic there. It looked like Lukey, maybe Brood still continuing their battle. Unfortunately, we've got Conrad Mitsos at the back of the pack now. Again, we'll spare his blushes, but did miss the pit stop and ended up getting spun round and ghosted out and track reset and then rejoin the pit. So now has to complete a lap with no fuel. And unfortunately, he was running a comfortable 5th place. I think as well. Sorry. Yeah, I think he's left. I think it didn't let him back in the pits after completing a lap as well. So unfortunately, dropping from 5th place, we have lost Conrad Mitsos. Very unfortunate race today. Running in 5th place, had a mistake, and then obviously that huge mistake hitting the pit wall. getting a track reset. It's game bugging out and not letting them pit again after that. Obviously he's got to carry on for another 18 minutes driving around with no fuel. It might be in the lead of this race on the 42-minute mark. Dragging that a bit further behind. Martin B's next pit stop will be a reasonably long one, as it does have to take a fair bit of fuel. 43 minutes will probably, I'd imagine, he'll pit at the end of this lap. Second. Lubo's still doing a good job in third place. Really good drive from Lubo today. Has just managed to open up a gap to Julio behind. Just dropped off the pace a little bit. He's got a very comfortable gap back to Flapjack in fifth. Fourth place. Spooky Luke in the sixth place, out in the racing softs now. Stephen in seventh place, Mr. Tom Nixon in eighth, Revs in ninth, Ricky in 10th. So just hanging on because of a few casualties today. Ricky has picked up the top 10 at least. You can see out the last few minutes of this race. So it's coming up to 45-minute mark. Navigate. So you can already see Martin B further up the road. Martin B has gone off into the pits, and this will be jamming that back into the lead of the race. So reasonably long pit stop. It goes purple on that lap as well. It's really stamping his authority today on the race. Although this is tier 3, these guys obviously, new drivers, everyone starts in tier 3, you've got to work your way up. Yeah, these guys are very comfortable in tier 1. So Jack is coming past Flapjack now. Rejoining the race in second place, so 15 minutes left. He should be good to the end of the race now. Checking that will be stopping again. Build up a bit of a lead, get himself a pit stop advantage. Oh, that's a very rare mistake from Martin there, as he just puts a wheel on the grass, and I'm pretty sure he's safe from Lubo in third place. But yeah, very rare mistake there from Martin B. Back marker of Mr. Tom Nixon. He should recover in time. So no heavy damage run in tier 3. Light damage, so that will dissipate, it'll be fine. But that could have been, a major turning point of his race. There, he recovers in second place, and Lubo has pulled up quite a bit. He's in third place. Can just about see Martin down the road, but does have to pit again. So he's going to lose a fair bit of time. Does have to take on a little bit of fuel as well. He's got Stephen pitting from 7th place further back. See if Lubo pulls off into the pits this time around. No, goes for another lap. And I was going to say Coolio needs to start getting some good laps in, put Lubo back under pressure, but just absolutely binned it there. He's out on the fresh rubber. Might well have been going for a fastest lap, you never know. So probably take some doing trying to snatch that off of Jaganat today. But yeah, big spin there from Coolio, but he's built up more than enough of a gap to be safe from 5th place behind. But that may well end his charge for the last podium spot today, as Lubo does have to pit, but should be comfortably in front of us. Quite a big back. Quite a big gap. Bloody hell. Quite a big gap to Coolio. 4th. Anyway, Flapjack in 5th place. Fair gap back to Lukey in 6th, Stephen in 7th, just getting some blue flags now. Mr. Tom Nixon in 8th, Rebs in 9th, and Ricky in 10th. Just under 10 minutes of this race left to go now. See if Flapjack's made a pit stop. Fastly approaching Ricky up ahead. Very, very warm racing softs. It should be a pretty easy move. Just got to pick the right place to do it. So Alpine still has incredible pace in a straight line, but that's pretty comfortable there. But Luke gets the cutback done. Side by side. Ooh, a little bit leery there from Flapjack. He loses control a little bit. A lot later on the brakes going into that left hander though. Very untidy at the moment. So peeling off into the pits. Flapjack up into 5th place. Final top 5 spot. Lukey just about managing. No, Stephen just see the gap. Obviously went for that gap. Just couldn't slow the car down in time. Smashes into the barrier. So Lukey retaining 6th place there. Stephen in 7th. Mr. Tom Nixon not that far behind in 8th. Revs in 9th and Ricky in 10th. Jaggernaut in the lead this race. Built up a fair lead now. See that earlier spin from Martin. Been extremely formidable today. So I imagine a few of these drivers will work their way up into tier 1 pretty soon. So Jaggernaut 1st place. In 2nd. Just coming up behind Flapjack at the moment. Rejoining the race, just over 5 minutes left to go. Flapjack just starting to get a bit tyre wear now. Lukey has managed to close that gap up quite considerably. So Lukey has closed the gap up to Flapjack in 5th. And might well be putting him under pressure towards the end of this race to try and nick that final top 5 spot. The Audi does get a really good exit out of corners. So turns 1 and 2, not really great overtaking opportunities. 5th place at the moment, but yeah, that's why they're really starting to kick in now. Lukey has a bit of a nibble. Just needs to be patient and gets his muscles his way up the inside there. Side by side coming around his long right hander. And the Alpine's just got enough speed, enough grip there to get the job done. Moves himself up into 5th place now. Flapjack down to 6. Safe from Stephen in 7th. Bit of field spread. Got Mr. Tom in 8th. Further back Revs in 9th. Further back Ricky in 10th. So we've got just under a minute of this race left. Early mistake from Jaggernaut on the opening lap. Other than that, it's been unstoppable today. Cross the line to complete another lap, probably the only driver to do so. So far Martin is behind. No, he should complete another lap actually, so Martin will be on for another lap also. The first man to take the checkered flag today should be Luca. But either way, outstanding drive from the top three. Coolio just missing out. Dropping off the top three towards the end of the race, but yeah, Lubo completing another lap as well. But that looks like the podium positions complete, done and dusted. Congratulations, Jaganat, on a race win. First man to take the checkered flag is Stephen in 7th place, followed by Mr. Tom Nixon in 8th. Rev just came round the final corner now. 35 laps complete. It's 9th place for Revs. Ricky Green at home in 10th. But yeah, congratulations to race winner Jaganat, unstoppable today. Incredible pace. Really taming that Audi, making use of the extra pit stops and using the tyres a little bit more. Really incredible pace. As Coolio crossing the line, take checkered flag in 4th place. So a few of these guys getting lapped and staggered, and that is Jaganat to cross the line, take the checkered flag. Round 4, race win. Race win still eluding Martin B this season. But yet another consistent drive, other than that one mistake, unforced error. But comfortably in 2nd place in the end. But let's go around the final corner now, take checkered flag. In 2nd place, congratulations. Spooky Lukey crossing the line in 5th place. And Lubo coming around the corner now to take the final podium spot in 3rd, Flapjack 6.